Thank you, America, for making us radio's number one format for 8 years. Talk 102.3 FM, Riverside. KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
The doctor is in. Welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show with host Deborah Lee. Deborah has been practicing, teaching, and perfecting the personal prophecy card reading method for 20 plus years. This life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. This inspiring show will help you never feel helpless in life or love ever again. Now, here's your host, Deborah Lee.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Friday evening here on the East Coast, and it's still a little bit of afternoon over there on the Pacific.
Getting close.
Getting closer and closer, TGIF.
Woo! Friday.
So we are here in the studio in Virginia Beach. I'm Deborah Lee. I am the original Psychic Love Doctor. I was discovered by AOL back in 1996. Just a little backgrounder for everybody.
Back when you were 15?
Yes, back when I was 15. You got it. Wink, wink. Anyway, they discovered me. They had been looking for a Psychic Love Doctor, and they found one.
They found one. Look
It
at
was
that.
moi. So that is where my story doesn't really begin, though. It's my grandmother who taught me this method back in 1982.
1982.
Yes, she called it personal prophecy. And now I'm holding up, for those of you who are joining us through Facebook Live at the same time as we're broadcasting on KCAA, and those of you who will be watching the podcast, I am only using an ordinary deck of playing cards. No angel cards.
No angel cards. No tarot cards.
No oracles.
No oracle.
No.
Nothing but a straight deck of playing cards.
To tell you the truth, I've never been able to actually figure out tarot. I've tried.
I think it's made up.
You think it's a made-up system?
I think it's a made-up system.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do a show on that sometime.
Let's do it. We'll have to.
Because I have actually found tarot to be a beautiful, life-encompassing system.
Really?
Of philosophy, right? Where this method, personal prophecy, is much more literal.
Mm.
It's to the point.
Direct,
and it also gives us the opportunity to get a glimpse of our future and improve it before we even get there.
Well, we'll have to take a look into that then.
Which I think is really empowering, very dynamic, and can even be a little scary sometimes.
Oh, no.
When something totally beyond belief actually becomes reality.
Well, I'll tell you, from my experience with you and these cards, it can be sometimes scary when something you're not even thinking about, and you say in the cards, and it comes up, and it happens, and it's true. Hopefully, the people that we have calling in should be able to tell you more, tell us more. If you're listening in and never called in, that straight testimonials is what we're talking about here.
I agree,
you know?
but I never take it in any kind of arrogance or. I'm very humble, and the reason is because I only feel basically like the middleman in all of this.
Right.
I am just passing on the message, which, by the way, is the title of my book.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, how about that for
a tie-in right there? Not an
so, folks, call us. Kyle is going to give you the phone number, and then I'm going to introduce him.
All right, that number again is, for the first time tonight, is 909-792-5222. It looks like we have our first caller, Tish from Virginia. Hello, Tish. How are you?
Hi.
Well, hello there, my darling. I know you.
I know you.
Well, so good of you to call. I love that you're kicking off the show. Usually it takes a little bit of time for people to come up to speed and make that call. So, Tish, what can we do for you? What's going on in your life?
Well, I started a new job. So that's in the picture, but I think I'm ready to know what's going to happen or get some idea of what's going to happen in maybe some love life here sometime soon.
Isn't there a song, I think I'm ready for love? Yeah.
This might be a little bit before me. Sometimes I'm with you on it, but not this one. I don't know this one.
All right. Well, Tish, do you have somebody special in mind?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to see where that's going to go?
I would love to know where that's going to go.
All right. It's going to be as the cards are perceiving it right now as we are sitting in this present moment. For those of you that are new to all of this, I am not just doing a 1 or 2 card quickie pull. I am laying out a full 24 card layout with the opportunity to look at all different areas of your life. So Kyle's going to chit-chat with you. Kyle is, by the way, our very own resident chef on call. He is an accomplished chef running his own, well, I guess you could call it home service.
Oh, yeah, we can call it that, a home catering service.
Yeah, for two people, all the way up
to 100 people. I can do it for.
So he is going to chit-chat with you, so we aren't sitting here with a bunch of dead air while I'm studying your cards.
Hello, Tish. How are you? Let's dish. How's it going for you, huh?
It's going pretty well. It's a little bit stressful, but that's, the world we live in some days.
Oh, you know it. I know it. I know it, too. We all know that it can be a little stressful for you. So, is there anyone you have your eyes on so far? Or are you just waiting?
There is.
There is someone.
There's definitely someone I have
eyes on. Girl, don't be scared.
Oh, look what happened. You rendered her speechless.
Yeah, there we go. Tish, are you still there?
I am still there.
Oh, don't be scared talking about him now. You call about him, but you can talk about him.
Besides, that puts him within the realm of manifesting a future.
Right.
By speaking his name. Of course, you don't really have to. That's all right.
I call it calling it into fruition.
I agree.
Yeah. There's something I want, I call for it. Like, I'm at a restaurant, I go, I'd like a glass of wine. And boom, there it is, a glass of wine. It's crazy sometimes how it works.
Tish, I've got to tell you, there's a great big question mark around this right now. And it seems to have to do with location. Now, I'm picking up that this is someone who is either at a distance or will be at a distance in the coming future here, and that is presenting there's like a choice here that I feel you're going to really have to make, to either put yourself in close proximity there or to have him come to you. Is this ringing a bell for you?
It's not. That is not ringing a bell, because that's not someone I was thinking of.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, I really feel the cards are trying to tell you about someone who is yet to be in her life.
Those are my favorite.
And they are really, because that's when, there's that old Yiddish proverb, man or woman plans and God laughs.
I know. I laugh because I know exactly.
Often he laughs.
Yes. I think we all have an experience in that one.
Yeah, so what my experience and my intuition is telling me is that you have not quite met the one that's going to really be your number one, But that doesn't mean that I guess it kind of does mean that this one doesn't hold the same potential. So she's asking about one now, but personally, I'm really not seeing much for possibility here.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Of course, as you know, as things go on and they develop, we can see more into it, especially with if you call back. So, Tish, thank you very much for calling in, and we'd love to hear back from you, okay?
And watch and see. A lot of times when things don't make sense, they do as a few weeks go by.
Right.
Then you're like, oh, now I know who that is.
There we go. Mm-hmm. So speaking of which, we got another call on the line.
All right. Well, thank you, Tish.
Thank you very much, Tish. You have a great night, all right?
Good luck to you in your new job.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so up next, guess who it is? You will never believe it. Tina from New Jersey.
Oh,
Tina, hello, darling. How are you, Tina? Please, come on in.
Early tonight.
I'm fine. You happy Friday, the psychic party.
Yes,
Oh,
happy
yes.
Friday. I love it.
Wish you were here. We're doing an even bigger party.
Thank you. Yes, just want to follow up and just see whatever you get around me and Kendrick.
You and Kendrick.
How has the week been?
Right.
Good week?
Peaceful, she said?
Peaceful.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, good. A peaceful week is a great week. So, Tina, while she's doing your cards here, let's talk for a little bit. How's everything going? Have you cooked for him again?
Yes.
You know I'm going to ask about that.
I'm going to make some fettuccine for him.
Fettuccine. Oh, you making your own Alfredo, or are you buying it from the store?
Look, messing with you, I better get my own heavy cream and
It's a lot easier than what people think. Expensive, but easy.
But
That
love
tastes better.
But
food.
delicious, yes.
And
It
love
is.
food, yeah.
Especially
maybe I can inbox you because I just bought the one from the store.
Did you? Yeah, definitely. Look, okay, everyone, my Facebook page is The Chef on Call. The Chef on Call. You can find me on Facebook there, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have, and we can walk through any recipe.
Oh, that's wonderful of you.
Okay?
Yes.
Thank
We're
you.
honored to have you with us
Well,
for
thank you.
that.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm going to tell you, Tina, Kendrick is definitely seriously contemplating making things solid, making them official between the two of you. I really feel that he is heading in that direction and without much hesitancy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
still,
good.
the thing is with him, still waters run deep, if you know that saying.
I know that.
There's a lot going on inside of him. He's a deep thinker. He really likes to achieve balance in what he desires and what he will make happen. And the more time he is spending with you, Tina, the more he's finding out that you are true soulmate material for him. And I just love that. I really do. I see nothing but wonderful things in your cards. Don't be surprised if he comes down with a bug or a virus in the very near future. He's going to want you to nurse him back to health.
Oh, okay.
This is when men turn into those little boys that need all kinds of TLC, nurturing. They want to be fed soup.
Oh, goodness, yes. I love that when I'm sick, just like that. Oh,
So,
it's just so horrible.
It's another opportunity for you to show a side of yourself, not to be his mother, but to be his comfort, his nurturer. And then make sure when you're under the weather, you get the same treatment in return. Oh, yeah. But it looks good for you, hon. It really does. I don't see any drama. I'm not seeing anything that could keep you from having another wonderfully enjoyable week. Okay?
Oh, good. So, and that the one you saw from last week, she's gone, the friend?
Yep, she's off the map. So you probably sent her some energy.
Oh, yeah.
Told her to hit the bricks, and she has stepped off. So that's a good thing.
Oh, good. Okay.
Sometimes I do think, one thing my grandmother would say, she used to say that the 4 suits of the deck are the equivalent of the 4 elements of creation. So when I'm shuffling and laying them down, it is literally an act of creation.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you take that information, you don't have to always physically go and make something happen. You can use your own energy to create reality. And Tina, I think between me, you, and Lauren, because remember we were saying we didn't like that girl. She was a biatch in Tina's card. And I think we just blew her off the map. I do.
Right off the map, I think so.
Yes, we jumped her.
So good luck, honey. It's great hearing from you.
Thank you, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy
All right.
Friday to you
Yep.
too, Tina.
Talk
We'll
to you
talk to you soon. All right, guess
Thank
who else
you.
we have on the line waiting to come in? Our good friend from Texas,
Oh, no.
Danielle.
Danielle.
How you doing, Danielle? Nice to hear from you this week. Let's see what's happening in the world of Danielle, huh?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
How are y'all?
We are just getting started for a fabulous Friday
Fabulous
evening.
Friday evening. I love it.
Oh,
Yes,
Great.
we are. How are you? How you doing, honey?
I'm doing okay. It was a good, okay week.
Uh-oh.
Can you try that one more time, Danielle, for us?
I said, yes, I'm doing good. I had a good week. How about y'all?
Good.
Awesome. And how is Isaac?
Isaac, we're doing good. We got to spend time with each other this week. Everything was nice. Just it's nice to just able to hang out and spend quality time with each other.
And you know what I like about this relationship that a lot of other relationships could learn from is you don't always have to feel like you're in a sports car and that relationship has to go somewhere, at 85 miles an hour.
I think we've talked about this many a times before, especially when we make the pot roast analogy. You start it off high heat quick and get the sear, and then you let it go for low and slow.
Low and slow. In order to
get that tenderness and that love and care out of it. And I think that's what they show, Danielle and Isaac, is a lot of the low and slow.
It is. Mm-hmm. And that can make for some of the most secure foundations for later on marriage.
I think so.
But there's a lot to be said for those whirlwind romances, too. The movies are constantly putting that in our face. And what's ever in a movie or on the internet, it has to be true.
It has to be true. They wouldn't have put it on the internet if it weren't true.
That's right. All right, Danielle, I'm now going to open up these cards for you and see what's cooking.
All right, here we go. Danielle, are you still there?
Danielle?
Well, I think we lost Danielle, so we'll just continue on, and
we'll come back if she calls back in.
Okay, there we go.
I'm right here. Are y'all able to hear me?
There we go. All right, we got you back,
Sorry
Danielle.
About that. My call dropped.
Sorry?
I said sorry about that. My call failed.
Oh, I know the feeling, Danielle. Don't worry about it.
These little beasts.
Yeah, the cell phones that we have nowadays. I remember a day when you could make a phone call on a what's it called? Payphone. Never dropped a call then, did you?
Some people don't even know what payphones are anymore.
That's ridiculous to me.
One of my sons, when he was in high school, they told him to call home, and they had a rotary dial phone.
Oh, my God.
He didn't know how to use it.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous to me.
They had to show him how to put your finger in, and you bring it all the way around.
Those are my favorite. If ever I could find one, I'd have one.
Oh, my gosh.
I love them.
I miss the sound.
I like the one on the wall.
Yes.
The little kitty cat.
Yeah, that one I know what you mean.
Felix the cat.
Yep, and the tail would swing back and forth. Look like a clock.
My friend
too.
she just got 2 of those.
Yeah,
a blue one and a black one. They're like $3,000 each.
Wow.
She got them for like $10.
$10 and has a $3,000 return. That's some good money investment right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right, Danielle.
Mhm.
All right. So have you been cooking? You know I'm gonna ask. Anytime I'm on the show, just know I'm gonna ask.
On Monday, me and Isaac, we just cooked the oven pizza for a snack.
You said pasta?
What happened?
No, a pizza.
Oh, pizza. That's great.
Phone is blip, 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 blip.
Yeah, we're having some hard time understanding you with your phone there, but pizza's great too.
Now, Tina, this is a bit on the unique side to ask and to mention. Have you and Isaac had a discussion? It doesn't have to be specifically about the two of you, but have you two discussed at any length birth control?
We have. We have.
Okay, because it's showing here that he's got a concern on his mind about taking this relationship to another level, and he's worried. He would not want either of you to become a parent too soon or to have to deal with anything regarding unwanted or unexpected pregnancy. Okay? So why this is on his mind, it's just showing, and it's very prevalent, that he would like to revisit the conversation.
That makes sense.
It does.
It does. Here's the thing that everyone always... I guess as a dude, as a guy, we're very analytical when it comes to understanding and thinking about things.
Are y'all able to hear me?
Yes, we can. You fade in and out, though. Maybe it's the weather in the Midwest.
Yes, it's very hard to hear. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We're getting you. Kyle said that you're analytical.
Yeah, we can be very analytical. I don't know if you ever noticed in a conversation where you're talking about something that happened at work, and he's like, well, what if you tried this? And he's offering a solution to what seems to be a problem. That's just how the guy mind works. We see an issue, and we go, how can you handle that issue from any angle? And so we're going to lay out something that seems like a solution to a problem instead of just going, yeah, I know, that's horrible. This is how we are. And so now when you see it like this, it looks like or sounds like it's a potential issue. So he's going to be like, all right, wait a minute, let's think about this all the way through.
He's got kind of a nervous nature from what I've seen in the card. He likes to make sure of what steps he's taking.
Right.
Okay, it's taken him quite a while to get from the Marine Corps ball where he had to drink in order to kind of feel be himself.
Right.
But now he's really opened up to her. And if Danielle, if the two of you have not been intimate as yet, this is the step he's looking to make. And if you already have, he wants to really take this to a more intense level. So there, this is what I love about this method. It's going to bring to mind issues that maybe you haven't even considered at this possible or, particular point in your life. So that's what I'm getting. Hello, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay.
All right, so hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you. Thank you very much for calling in, Danielle. We'd love to hear from you.
Oh, yeah,
and
following her story.
Yes,
As the world turns, it's like a soap opera every week.
Well, in a good way, yes.
Thank you, Danielle. I'm going to give you guys the number again if you're listening now. The number to call in is 909-792-5222. I think we have Brandy from Virginia. Is she... Oh, well, actually, we're getting word to pause for station ID, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And
hang tight, everybody. We'll be right with you.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292FQ Riverside, and K293CF Moreno Valley.
And you're back with the Psychic Love Doctor Show, where we take our dogs to work on Fridays. So if you hear a little rough in the background, that's what it is.
They'd love to let us know they're here.
They do. So thanks for holding, everybody, and we are going to...
I think we have Brandy from Virginia. Is she still on the line? Brandy, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, Brandy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm fabulous all the time.
It's
Friday.
We are jamming.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what's your question, Brandy? What's on your mind? Let's talk.
What's happening?
Well, I just need, I guess, a question answered regarding my current relationship. Kind of questioned a couple of things about my boyfriend's ex. She had a baby in August of last year, and I just had always questioned if it was his or not. And today I found a picture in his phone of an ultrasound that she sent him back in February of 2018, and we had just had a baby. Our baby was 10 days old. So I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get an honest answer out of anybody, and I'm just...
Well, Brandy, let me ask you, at the time that she conceived this child, were you both together? I mean,
yes.
So this would indicate infidelity on his part if it is his child.
I'm sorry?
It would be then basically infidelity on his part if it is his child.
Exactly, yes. He would have cheated on me.
Well, I'll do my very best for you to check this out. So Kyle will pick up the slack here.
Hi, Brandy. I know this is all new. And you're the first time caller in, yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
I was referred by Veronica. I guess she's on your show sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Veronica, we love her.
We love Veronica.
She's sitting here in our audience, as a matter of fact.
I don't know if anybody can hear her. She's chirping in a little bit here.
Yeah.
But thank you for calling in, and we're glad to take a look into that for you. Now, I know it's going to sound weird, but were you on a break ever?
Oh, you sound like Ross.
Well, there's a reason I asked.
Rachel.
It's a true thing.
Well, it is true, is it?
It's very confusing when you're on a break. Are you still together, or are you separated? What does it mean if you're on a break? Does that mean I can go see someone else? I'm not 100% sure. That's why I asked.
Right.
Unless you weren't, and if you weren't on a break, then that's understandable, because that would raise a lot of questions like you're asking now. So let's take a look here. She has a layout going, and so you want to take over?
Well, I will tell you, the circumstances around this child are shrouded in secrecy. There is a lot of secrecy, and the thing I get about secrecy in readings, why are you hiding a certain situation or a thing like this, why do you feel the need to not respond to it? It's as if you are holding something behind your back and lying, and omitting the truth.
Omitting the truth
is also lying.
Well,
and I'm not going to be able to definitively. Go ahead, Brandy.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just going to say that I think that the reason why it's all being hidden is because she's with someone else, and she's happy with him, and this guy believes that the baby is his. But looking at pictures of this child, to me, I mean, it doesn't look exactly like him, but it definitely looks like him. So, I mean,
okay. There is another man here, and he would like to really step in and be the father of this child. And out here, I don't know if the rest of the country is aware of our community. We have a high concentration of all the branches of the military. And it's been a, oh my gosh, generational piece of knowledge that there's an awful lot of cheating, I guess you could say.
Jody, that's a name that you need to know.
Oh yeah, I used to date a military man. I'm familiar with Joe.
You know, I really think, in a sense, you ought to let sleeping dogs lie here. Let that other man father this child, and try to move on smartly. This man that you're with, he loves you dearly. This has been, from what I'm looking at, this holds the power to wreck your relationship. Are you both married, or are you just committed?
No, we've just been dating for 3 years.
Well, that's a long time. And if this can't be put to bed, okay, because there's many children out here that are being raised by men who believe those are their children, and only the woman knows for sure.
Right.
So this can destroy your relationship. And I think you could try to really put this behind you. Have faith in him. I mean, Veronica's nodding. I think he's a good man.
Right.
And good men often will make a mistake.
It's human nature to make mistakes like that. And what causes us to move beyond human nature is how we handle those mistakes and learn from them and move forward from them.
And on a female level, I think she was an instigator of things. I think this old girlfriend, what was she, a wife, girlfriend?
No, she was just one of his exes, just an ex-girlfriend from, the past. But what she told me, because I contacted her, she told me that I guess he contacted her via Messenger on Facebook, and I guess told her that we had just had a baby, and the reason why she sent him the picture was because she was pregnant and just had found out, and was telling him that she was due in August. So, I mean, it could be true, but
I think she's very conniving.
Why were they even talking? Why did he even talk to her 10 days after her
sneaky.
baby?
She's got I think this was her power play. I really do.
Rocking the boat.
Definitely rocking the boat. She may not have wanted him anymore, but she sure as hell didn't want somebody else to have him.
Right.
But you have control. You can make or break this relationship you're in. I think it looks so sweet.
Solid.
Yes, and very solid. I think you could always try some counseling, maybe seek a pastor, but I really think that the two of you can firm your commitment and move on.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of secrecy around this child, and I just would hate to see it destroy the beautiful thing that you have for your child. So it's something to think about, Brandy.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank
you.
All right, so
please call in again, Brandy. We're going to want to catch up with you.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Brandy,
all right.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, so we got another caller on the line, but before we get to that, I'd like to say something. I got a weird feeling, but we'll come back and talk about it.
No, I think you should put it out there.
All right, well, I got a weird feeling from that reading there. Like, something just didn't add up right about the ex and her current boyfriend having gotten together. Something doesn't line up properly for me in this whole thing here. But that's just a hunch.
Well, and there is a lot there. but some mysteries should not be unraveled.
Right. That's
right.
true. Yeah.
Let a sleeping dog lie.
That sounds like a topic for another show.
It does, doesn't it?
I think we should come back to that. All right, so right now, Barbara from Texas. Barbara, are you there?
Hi.
Hey, y'all. How you doing, Barbara?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, good. How good.
Yeehaw, Barbara.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, boy.
And I got through once before. We had a good long talk, and then I got through again. You had a man on there that was doing something with numbers about health and whatnot.
We're having a terrible connection here.
Barbara, are you on speakerphone, perhaps, or?
Want me to take it off?
Yeah.
Yes, please. That would help.
Okay, so can you hear me better now?
World of difference.
Hello?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so the last time I got through, we ran out of time, but you had a man on there that was talking about health issues with numbers. And,
yes, Dr. Kessler.
Yes, and you mentioned something about my heart. Well, I have an appointment on Tuesday with a cardiologist because I had gone into the hospital with some high blood pressure, and they did an EKG, and it didn't come out right. So,
oh my
that guy was good.
I'll tell you, Dr. Ed is just an amazing kinesiologist practitioner.
Oh, my God, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it,
that's incredible. He can always be reached privately, too, if you'd like to contact him.
You did give me that information.
Okay, good,
but
good.
the thing is, I was calling him, about a broken heart, and he was like, no, seriously, this is a heart issue. And so I do have an appointment. But in general, I just need to know where my life is going. And, I was so tore up from this man who brought me to Texas and then just abandoned me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and this is the family I knew for over 50 years, so I thought I could trust him, and it turns out not so. But anyway, I just wanted to know if I have a future.
Well, I'm going to look at this for you, but I already have that good feeling that, of course, you have a future. So let me take a look. Barbara, can I ask how old you are?
I'm 65.
Oh, well, I'm right in that ballpark with you, hon. and Dr. Kessler told me that I have that I am in a pre-heart attack condition. So I have been getting treatment from him and feeling quite a bit better. So
you can get treatment from him.
Yes, I think he does foot baths with me, and I put on this. What's the kind of light? It's got light in it. I want to say infrared, but I don't know that it is. But it's a belt, a big belt that he puts around me, and I wear it for an hour, and it's been helping quite a bit. I prefer holistic medicine if we can all go, ever have the ability to go that way, because it seems like medical doctors are experimenting with, here, try this pill, see if this works. If it doesn't work,
I agree.
Yeah.
I did go the naturopathic way when I was going through menopause. And I was also taking red rice yeast, which lowered my cholesterol, unbelievable. But the big pharmaceutical companies were fighting this. This is an ancient Chinese 2,000-year-old thing, and they were claiming that it was too much like Lipitor. And so they put a stop to this, that somebody fell asleep at the wheel, and they have taken out that ingredient in that red rice yeast, so these big pharmaceutical companies can still be making money.
Well, sure. I've seen that on a commercial on TV, what you're talking about.
The red rice yeast?
Big pharma is like dealing with a mafia.
I know,
they're raking
absolutely.
in billions. I swear, I feel they want to keep us sick.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Well, you know what they did with the opioid crisis that we have in this country is because of the big pharmaceutical companies claiming in the 90s that this was going to keep you out of pain. It's not addictive. And they knew better. And this was the beginning of the opioid crisis that we had.
Well, I believe there's going to be, what I've perceived in readings dealing with our medical system and care in general, I see a great big shift coming toward wellness, toward healing. And it's like they're all going to get together in this great big, like a symposium. And they're going to be saying, you know, what we've been doing isn't helping people. We're killing them. Let's go the other way around the merry-go-round, and let's actually make them well before they're sick. Right. If you know what I mean, to build up their immune system. Yeah, and that is going to become quite a raging, wonderful new wave for all of us, and we need to pay attention to what's going on, like in the UK and places like that. They give a lot of their care, like metaphysical care, holistic. It's free.
Right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's get back to your reading here, Barbara.
Okay.
Once you get over this hump, going to the cardiologist, once everything is determined that you're going to be fine, it's like an epiphany for you that you are literally going to, what's that old saying about today is the first day of the rest of your life?
There you go.
That's going to be your motto, and every day will be a gift for you. And I do see quite a few things for the future for you. Number one, that man that abandoned you, he is so guilt-ridden. And, you know, I'm sure you're going to be saying, good, I'm glad.
No, I agree, because he's a Christian. And what he did to me, he lied right in front of the judge in the court, and absolutely just stood there and lied. And I couldn't believe it. And I know what he did to me, and he knows it too. But he tried to deny that and turn it around on me. He physically abused me. And in Texas, it's very serious with a senior citizen, as I'm sure in every state it is. But he lied, and he just had a lawyer, and I did not.
Well, the problem with him is he had a serious anger problem. It's right here. This man was not able to control it. But he is so, right, and he is so incredibly sorry that I would not be surprised if you hear from him specifically so that he can ask your forgiveness.
Well, he's supposed to be a Christian man, and God can read your heart, and God knows the truth, what happened, and he had to continue to deny it because he would never be able to work again.
Well, and you know what they say, how karma can be a biatch, we'll put it that way.
I was going to ask you if you believe in karma.
Oh, yes, indeed, and I'll tell you what. He has not known a happy day since.
Well, you know, I've forgiven him, and I'm trying to move on, but he has made it very, very difficult. We bought a house in October last year, and when we closed, we started moving in. I wasn't in my house 2 weeks when him and his daughter beat on me. And I went into a crisis center, and when I did, he totally abandoned me there.
Well, look at it this way, Barbara. It could have been way worse, and you're here to tell the story. You're still alive. You're breathing. You know, every day will be a new day for you. But I definitely see a very important phone call or a letter. It could even be an email coming to you. But I believe that this man is not going to be able to get any rest until he at least tries to get forgiveness from you.
I believe that. I believe that because, like I said, we were church going, and he was a.
Yes. Well, God bless you, my dear, and thank you for sharing your story with us. And please check in with us, would you?
I'm always trying. I was 36 phone calls getting to you this evening. So I'm always
well,
trying.
Try early if you can.
I know. I got my phone, and I went, oh, my God, she's on. And I just continued to hit and hit and hit.
We're delighted to be getting so popular, but I'm sorry that we aren't able to get more calls in.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I know, because you are very popular with several of my friends that are on Facebook.
Oh,
They absolutely love you.
Thank you. I love that. We enjoy this so much. We look forward to it all week.
Definitely do.
So, Anya, we're going to have to run before we get out of time here. But our thoughts and our prayers will be with you, okay? But I really feel it's all going to be all right.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you, Barbara.
Bye-bye.
One of the things I believe in wholeheartedly is the golden rule. Do unto others as you wish others to do unto you.
Right.
And if you don't follow that, stuff's going to happen, and you'll see. So right now we got Brenda from Texas. Brenda, are you still there?
Ooh, hi there.
Hi, Brenda. Thank you for waiting. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm fine. I'm great.
We're doing great. We're happy.
It's Friday.
Yep, and we're happy to be here on the show with all of you.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's happening in your corner of the world, and what can we help you with in a reading?
Not a damn thing's happening. No, I'm just kidding. That's my question. Is there ever going to be anybody?
Is there anybody you're seeing now, or are you,
Nope.
is the
No, I've
field...
been single for a very long time.
Okay, but it sounds like you're ready now.
Yes, ma'am.
And when we put that out to the universe, to the higher power,
right,
that's when we will receive the response of what we're putting out.
Mm-hmm.
So she is actually using words to say, I'm ready. And there is a lot of energy that follows thought.
Right. Well, we talked about this earlier, the power
Go ahead.
Calling it into fruition is what I was trying to think of. And that comes from the power of positive thinking. We all know the book title of that. Mm-hmm. It's a great book. I think everyone should read it. But when you do that, you're calling into order of what you wanted or what you want in life. And as long as it's positive for you, God or whoever you believe in will put that into plan. As we said before, is that we plan for things, but God laughs.
Right. Well, right.
Right.
And if you are a person that sends out unhappiness and misery, well, it's like it gets mirrored right back to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if the higher power sits there and says, oh, you love that,
mm-hmm.
so I'm going to give you more.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, no, I'm a golden ray of sunshine.
Oh, good. Well, that's good to hear, Brenda. Well, Brenda, also, what else have you been doing?
Work.
Just work?
Work and take care of my daughter.
Okay. Well, and part of... Oh, well, we have your reading laid out. So,
no, it's all right. Go ahead.
Well, part of the power of this here is... My friends have always told me nobody's going to come knocking at your door like that. This rarely ever happens. So you have to put yourself into the position where you're ready to receive that gift as well. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. However, Daryl came along when I was working 3 jobs from home, raising my kids. And I used to laugh to friends and say, well, I don't have a social life, so he's going to have to knock from the inside of my computer monitor and say, hello, here I am. And darn if that isn't what happened.
Well, there's always an exception to the rule, right?
The ones that are really meant to be will come.
Okay.
Do you have an idea of the type of partner you'd like to have? I mean, do you visualize it helps?
Yeah, someone who's kind and ethical and just a good person. Yeah.
And how old is your daughter?
25.
Oh, so she's not a little girl.
She's not a baby. Okay, good.
No,
good.
She's a big
so
girl.
That this can be all for Mom. I think our kids want us to find love when they're grown up, so they don't have to worry about us. You know, they don't have to take care of us, so they know that we're going to have a good, secure, happy life.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
For those who you truly care about, what the number one thing for you to care about is their happiness.
Yes.
Definitely. So, Brenda, let me ask you a few other questions here, if you don't mind me. Well, we already asked what you were expecting. Have you, written this down? What you want out of someone?
She has.
She has.
I have a vision board. I have a list.
Wow, she is.
So I don't got to talk to you about this, then. You know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm coming from, right?
I've been working on this for a while, yeah.
Well, you need to be very discerning, because I see around you some players. I would call them players, the kind of individual that would come along and not be honest. And I think you have a pretty good flag for that, with your own intuition.
Yes, ma'am.
But you're going to meet somebody, and I'm going to say within the next 3 weeks to 3 months.
Okay.
And this one is a real snake in the grass, but he's going to come off as totally charming, really full of charisma. And I would certainly advise that you run, don't walk, run. Listen to your own intuitiveness. You've had bad, let's call them negative dating experiences in the past, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you certainly don't want to repeat any of that. So I feel that what's coming to you is somebody that's literally going to move right into her own neighborhood. Okay, right there, and he's coming from a long distance, relocating, and it's going to be uncanny how
I like it.
you'll go to work and run into him, or you'll go to the store and run into him. I mean, it's almost like destiny.
Kismet.
Yes, everywhere you turn.
What?
Serendipity.
Oh, okay.
Kismet.
And this one holds the key to your happiness.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I'm feeling by around August, somewhere in the summer. And it usually serendipitously comes when we're not looking our best.
Right? I had that.
Ran out to the
Me all the
store
time.
with no makeup, Swiss
Wearing
cheese
pajama
for,
pants.
we're sure.
Crap all in the hair. Yeah.
And that's when it happens. So just be ready.
All the time.
The higher power has not forgotten you. It's on the way. I'm hearing that. It's on the way.
Right
on.
That's always great.
Yes.
I love hearing that.
That's great.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Hang in there.
Okay.
Hope to
Have a
hear
good
from you
night.
soon.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Brenda, and please always do call back. If you're still listening, we got about 9 minutes left, so we got one more person left.
Okay.
Ann from Texas. Before we get to Ann, I'd like to give everyone a number again, 909-792-5222. And if you're listening, you want to give a call, maybe you make it in. Hopefully you can. Ann from Texas, how's it going, Ann?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you, Ann?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yep, we're standing by. We're ready to hit your cards running.
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to touch base on how me and Mike are doing. I was really excited. We had lunch yesterday, and he was asking about if, who always had boyfriends or whatnot, and he said, "Oh, so you're the only one that's in a serious relationship." So I thought that was really good for him to say that we were in a serious relationship.
Oh,
Yay!
yes. Absolutely.
That's hard for them to say.
Now, is this the man who travels?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's saying, well, yeah, because he's going to go out of town next week with his son to go racing, so he does a lot of going out of town.
All right. We're going to take a look at Ann and Mike.
All right, let's take a look at
See
Ann
what's
and
going
Mike.
on.
I think with Ann and Mike, Mike is the type of guy who has, I call it, worked on his peacock feathers.
Oh.
Okay? For that, and there's a whole
Yes,
long
I
list.
think so.
Yeah? You understand what I'm saying? Here, Ann?
Yes, she said she did.
Okay, well, you got little facets of life that he goes, I'll work on this, I'll do this, hobbies and stuff. Keep him an interesting person. And I feel like that Mike is that type of guy.
Yes, he stays very busy.
All right, well,
there you go.
That can be a good thing.
Well, and in his case, I think he needs to get a little unbusy.
Mm-hmm.
He has used a lot of that as a kind of a panacea from being lonely or getting hurt. He still has some worry about that he could get hurt. This is a really sensitive man with a warm heart, and he would like to see more from you, Anne. He would like to see her be a little more
assertive.
Yeah, assertive and demonstrative.
Forward.
Maybe,
make those plans. Take charge.
And it sounds like you got to turn on those landing lights there. Let them know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a little bit more in the flirty, sensual
Well,
way.
there's a word I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of it right now.
Maybe it'll come to you.
It will.
But that's what he would, and he doesn't know how to approach you about this. He doesn't want you to feel like you are inadequate. But he thinks that you could really let your hair down and...
Oh.
Hey.
Yes?
I like it.
I think that's a cowboy who wants to go for a ride. He wants to bring a lot of joy and happiness and satisfaction and pleasure into this.
He just doesn't know where to start, would be my guess.
Could it also be that he's nervous about it?
Yeah.
To anticipate your wants and needs and initiate that.
Right. He'd like her to be the aggressor and tell him.
Right.
Especially when he's traveling.
Okay.
He would like her to light his fire.
Ooh,
you know.
a little bit of...
like on phone calls.
What is that thing called? It's texting with the other word in it.
Sexting?
Yes. Maybe while, he's waiting for her, to pull into port, as you say.
Yeah. Well, we're all trying to...
Anticipation,
We're all speaking in code here, but I think she gets it.
Right.
He is looking down the road, and you are definitely in his future.
Yay, I like it.
And I'd love for you to be able to loosen your screws a little bit and take his breath away.
I like it.
That's one of my favorite songs right there. But
so I think you're right
great.
on target. The two of you, I see the potential for you going away in the future on a vacation or a trip somewhere. Has that been planned yet?
Great.
Maybe going with him while he travels?
Oh, yes. Oh, that'd be wonderful.
It is. You have a really gorgeous relationship with this man. So
I like that. It sounds very
I'm excited.
Nice. Well, Ann, thank you very much for calling.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, thank you guys
so much.
We love hearing in from everyone who we keep in contact with over the weeks.
Yeah,
and we get to see how these things flourish and come into fruition and develop.
And before we go, I would like to end on a more serious note this evening. I don't know how many of you out there, but I know there's many of you that are coping with the loss of a loved one, whether it was a husband, boyfriend, mother, father, child, best friend. There is a new show that I found on Netflix. They've dropped the whole season, and it's called Afterlife with Ricky Gervais. And I'm going to tell you, this series is speaking to me in such a meaningful way since I lost my darling, beloved Daryl 23 weeks ago. And I'll want to urge all of you, if you have the ability, sit down and watch this. Now, it's British humor, so there's going to be a lot of those British cuss words in there.
Right.
But take it in stride. Remember, this is a part of their culture. Ricky Gervais is awesome in the role of a husband who is so deep in grief over the loss of his wife from cancer that he literally tells people, I want to kill myself. It's a beautiful, beautiful series. So I hope that you will give it a look-see. It can help a lot in terms of healing. So on that note, I want to tell everybody, your orders from us at the Psychic Love Doctor Show are to have a fantastic weekend and a beautiful week. And to join us again here next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and we are going to have lots more fun. And I've heard that we will be channeling Julia Childs once again. Woohoo! Yay! So everyone, please, we love you. Remember, without you, we'd have no show.
Right.
I want to thank my co-host, Chef Kyle.
Thank you for having me.
He is the, what are you again?
The Chef on Call.
And
Chef on Call.
And our lovely little audience that's here. You make our week when we connect with all of you.
Right.
So in the words of Grandma now, I love to end the show with her words. She used to always tell me, to dream is to believe. Once you believe, all things are possible. Take care, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.